We're on.
You win some, you lose more.
All right, AFL Today on the road trip to gather around. We're in Ararat. Marcus is in our new shirts. We actually have merch. We're getting more made. Stats guy, you're here and you look like John Lennon.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. I'm stocked up on an egg and bacon roll. I'm ready to go. This is awesome.
And Marcus, well, you've actually made the trip. I'm surprised you haven't gotten in trouble yet, and we're ready to get in the show.
I'm excited. I'm very keen.
Geez, you sound it. Let's get into the midweek madness. Jack Higgins is stuck in a hotel and I'm stuck in a car with these Muppets as we're on the road to gather around. Welcome to AFL Today. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly, joined by two blokes who are just happy to be here. Firstly, in the middle, because he's the little fella, it's the stats guy, Liam McAllion.
Oh, I feel so snug next to you guys, nice and comfortable.
I feel really small
He
here,
feels
though.
really small. I feel
I'm a
big.
small guy.
Ready to go. I've stocked up on an egg and bacon roll and I'm already keen for a pie.
I've already had a vanilla slice, aka a snot block. I'm having a great morning. This has been one of the best mornings ever. Over on my far right, your far left, if you're watching, Marcus Bazzano on the Wednesday show.
Yes.
I'm happy I'm on the Wednesday show. It's good. It's a good morning for you for different reasons.
Yep.
But still a good morning for me. I'm excited for gathering.
Yes.
As I said, we are on the road to gather around. We're, of course, brought to you by Tab and their AFL's missed by one. If your disposals like misses by one, Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Download the Tab app today. What are you really gambling with? Now, South Guy, Lockie Whitfield, 34 in the first 3 games, pays you out as a 35 plus.
Oh, it's so good. When you miss by one, I think Sicily had it the other week, Sard had it the week before, but Whitfield's the one I'm on because you get 35 plus, you get good odds with that on Tab.
Yeah, something like that. Look, on today's show, midweek winner and loser of the week. We'll have some footy road trip questions, just a little bit something different because we are on the road. Are we on the road to the Holy Grail? What a song that is. And of course, Jake Riccardi from the GWS Giants will be joining this show today. So a lot going on, and we will do the Thursday night footy preview as Adelaide take on Geelong to kick off.
Huge game.
Gather around. But first of all, Stats Guy, do the social call out.
Yeah, we've got Yenar Beers. Our Yenar questions brought to you by Yenar Beers. Check that out on the socials, AFL Today AU or Aussie Rules Today on Facebook. I think we went through the Saints' top 8 team and a few other ones the last couple of weeks. So make sure to check that out. Get in the comments and you can actually win some beers and a bit of merch as well. So Yenar Beers.
Also the social channels.
Oh, and the social channels. Yeah, I said that. AFL Today AU on all of them except for Facebook, which is Aussie Rules Today.
And that's Instagram and TikTok. Doing a lot of stuff on Instagram this week as well. So check that all out. We've got a lot of stuff coming, as well as the YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. I'm going to let the boys loose at Rundle Wall this week. So who knows what's going to happen there. It's going to be a good time. Yep. And look, we apologise if it's a little bit shaky. We are on the road. We're on the road to Adelaide.
Hey, it's good vibes.
We're having a good time here. But let's get into some footy road trip questions to kick it off, boys. Now, we all go for 3 different clubs. So give me 2 players that you would want and 2 players that you wouldn't want on a footy road trip, or just on a road trip in general.
Oh, do you want me to start?
Yeah.
I'll go for North Melbourne. I'm going to start with, I want Suvalaki on my road trip. I feel like he's really good vibes. He can do a lot of different impressions of famous people. A bit of Damien Barrett he does, which is hilarious. He did on, I think, Triple M.
Well, what impression would you want to see? What do you want to hear?
Oh, I think he did a really good, like Adam Sandler. I think that'd be really
old though. I don't want 8 to 9 hours of that.
No, I feel like he just looks fun. He's a bit quirky and a bit different. He's not going to just talk footy the whole time. I feel like he'd be good vibes. My other one is Harry Sheezel, just because he's a beautiful man. I already look up to him, and he's what?
You do look up to him. He's taller than
and he's also taller than me. Damn it, I was stepped right into that one. But yeah, I think you always talk about his nutritional habits and things like that.
He's very switched on.
He's very switched on. I just want to pick his mind a bit because he seems like a really interesting man. So
tell you what, he wouldn't have approved of your egg and bacon roll this morning.
No, but it was delicious. But then we've got people I wouldn't want to share the car with on a road trip. Tom Powell, because his favourite song is Thick of It by KSI. We do not want to hear that song on a road trip. That would just ruin the vibes, and I heard that at Marvel and almost vomited. Then the other one I don't want on a road trip is Dylan Stephens, because I'll just lay into him about how bad of a signing he is. How many years have we got him again from you guys?
5. But that's also not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
Your recruitment team offered him 5 years.
Well, fine. If we put our recruitment team, I can have a go at them as well. But I'm not keen on Dylan Stephens because I'll just be too frustrated.
Marcus, your beloved Bombers.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with who I do want in the car with me.
Yeah.
Because that's always a good start.
Yeah, nice.
I'll go Isaac Kako. He's just fun. He's got energy. He's vibrant, and he's the new fanboy of the group, of the Bombers faithful.
Cool hair.
So he'll be in the car with me, and next to me will be Sammy Draper. I know he's a bit bigger and he takes up a bit more room, but his vibes are strong.
He could drive.
His hair sways. No, I want him there for just being some vibes, just being himself. I don't want him being himself driving because that could be dangerous.
Oh yeah, that'd be illegal.
if he holds the steering wheel the same way he holds a footy, it could be could be pretty ordinary.
Oh man, that steering alignment's not good.
Yours
and
who I don't want. Who I don't want. I'm sorry, Goldie.
Aw.
You're the older mainstay of the club, but you're just too big, mate. You're too big,
It's a lot,
and I don't
man.
know if I can. You're a bit older. I need to be able to vibe. Can Goldie start
What's his
bringing out
tunes
the
going to be like?
tunes?
Yeah, fair.
And lastly, Andrew McGrath.
Aw.
Pidge, I'm sorry. It is purely just because of your chin. It's nothing personal. It is a little bit. I don't know. It
Crimson
might tickle
chin.
me. It'll poke me. I love you, Pidge, but
With all due respect, as he goes to offend him.
I'll go, unfortunately, Andrew McGrath.
I like his chin.
So I'll start off with who I don't want on the trip.
Yep.
Nick Blakey.
Oh, the lizard.
Feel like he'd be really annoying.
Yeah.
It could be, but could also be really funny for a
Yeah,
little bit.
But it's like, it'd be that fine line.
Like one time funny, 2 time annoying.
Yeah,
Sort of.
I don't want to test it. It's like, it
Yeah.
could be good for a 40-minute road trip, but for 8 hours, no, I don't want it. And then secondly, similar to the Goldie call, Hayden McLean. He
Yeah.
is a very tall, solid man that is built of muscle.
He's a French.
He's honestly, he would need a lot of space. Like, we would need to take out this front seat so he could stretch out. No, I've seen him on a plane. He had the emergency exit roll and he was still crunched up.
He was in the front of the plane. He was
It
in
was
the first one.
ridiculous.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Who I'd want on the plane? Easy one to start with. Tom Papley. Some people
I
might
reckon
not
he would
like
be
him.
annoying, but you would like it.
I would, because we would talk racing non-stop the whole time. We've got Queen Elizabeth Day, day 2 of the championships this weekend at Royal Randwick. We would dissect all 10 races in that road trip and we would find the winners.
Yeah, you could have a bet through tab as well.
Exactly, of course.
Or you could find the winners through punters.
Or
Yes.
we would go to punters.com.au and use, the punters predictor and then go and have a bet with Tab.
Shout out to
That's
Gloria.
what we would do. And secondly, Errol Goulden. Because just like me, Errol Goulden would have watched the Champions League this morning
Yes.
to see my beloved Arsenal win 3-0 over Real Madrid.
Is he an Arsenal fan?
No, he's a Liverpool man.
Oh, that's right,
But
yeah.
he's a massive football lover because he's a Fenerbahce man
Yep.
in Turkey as well. But if you saw his Instagram in the off-season, he went around everywhere to a bunch of different games. So
That's
he's
your vibe. That's your
He's
vibe.
a football lover. We could talk about that. We could
Yep.
talk about Liverpool, but talk about Declan Rice's screamers this morning.
No, he's got an Arsenal reference.
I had to do it.
I'm actually happy that Arsenal won because your vibes are even
Mate,
higher.
Yeah, if Arsenal lost,
He might not have even been on the show.
Oh,
Mate, that
a long 8
when that
hours.
first free kick went in, my head went to Mars. The second one landed, I was in Pluto.
Gerald would have had to host the show, I reckon,
Oh
instead
yeah,
of driving.
he was every chance. Yeah. Now we're on the road to Adelaide, as we said. What is the best place to stop on the way to Adelaide? Marcus, you've done this drive a lot, and people in the comments watching along on YouTube or on the podcast as well, you get in the comments on Spotify. Hit us up, the best place to stop when you're going from Melbourne to Adelaide. Marcus.
No matter what time of the day it is, if it's early in the morning, it's still dark, even better. Because you see it, it's scary. It's scary. People know
What's
what I'm
scary?
talking
Yeah.
about. It's the giant koala.
Oh, that is
Go off into fairyland, go visit the giant koala, and you will have nightmares.
It is pretty scary.
How
I'm
is that
excited
the
to see
best
it.
place to stop?
I think it's just funny.
Because you need to confront your fears. It'll give you goosebumps, and it's just it's culture. It's culture. It
Like a big
symbolises
banana.
the drive.
There's just big things everywhere in Australia. I love it.
Yeah.
What, is that your favourite big
Hayden
big
McLean
thing?
isn't the only big thing.
Hey, there we go. My one is the bakeries that say they're the number one in Australia, the number one in Melbourne, the number one in the
The
country.
number one in Western Victoria.
Yeah. And I've got all these awards, but I've heard good things about Keith. Just not the person.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone named Keith, but the place.
Keith Urban.
Well,
Keith Urban.
we'll find out soon.
We'll find out
Keith's
soon.
right.
So when we get a pie from Keith, I think that's my main place to stop. I love a good country bakery.
My future mother-in-law said we have to stop off at Keith, but I also don't trust those places that say they're number one. I will go on TikTok and check them out.
You
TikTok is
gotta
better.
have low expectations,
I do.
and it'll make the experience
Oh, I
better.
do.
No, I have high expectations.
Yeah,
I expect that it's always going to be like above average.
Yeah.
And if it's anything above that, we're good.
that's my motto with Essendon. Yeah. Yep.
What, below average and anything better is good?
Yeah, that's been thought.
Yep.
My favourite one, it's quite simple. It's the airport.
Oh, okay, Jack
wow.
Higgins.
It's not,
Buzzkill.
it's not that I want to skip Adelaide. I want to go to Adelaide. Social gal Spence
Oh, I'm jealous.
is already in Adelaide. She landed at 10:30 local time. We've been in the car for 4 hours. We left at 7 a.m.
Oh, you're so
Well,
lucky.
we have muddled around a little bit.
Yeah,
And
we
we've been having a lot of fun.
but the airport, like, fly me there. It's a 1 hour flight.
And actually, baked goods from your fiance have been delicious.
Yes, thank you to my lovely fiancée Steph for baking us some muffins. God bless her. Finally, before we get to Jake Riccardi and the interview ahead of their big game against St Kilda this weekend, of course, GWS St Kilda Sunday at Norwood, gather round kits, because we have a lot of kits that have come out for gather round this year. A lot of teams really getting into it because they can sell more merch. You can make money. If you designed a few of these as well and made them into like shirts, like think of an
Yes,
EPL
we're big on
Guernsey,
that, yeah.
you would make so much more money. you'll make a lot of money selling these one-off singlets and
Guernseys.
that, but make them into a shirt, like a training singlet, a training shirt top.
People don't want to wear Guernseys.
No, it's a bit nuffy areas.
We talk about, why don't we see people wearing AFL stuff out and about in the public? No one wants to wear a singlet. You're like an idiot.
Yeah.
Wear a shirt. If we had that design like a training shirt or something that you could wear to games, people would wear them every week. You see EPL fans, NFL fans, hockey fans, that's what they do.
Well, we'll be wearing our AFL Today shirts all week.
So check us out. If you see us roaming around any of the grounds, we'll be doing interviews, we'll be doing all sorts. Random all.
We're going to be at all 9 games.
Barossa, Norwood, Adelaide Oval.
So anyway, my long way of saying that is, which one's the best kit?
Best gather round kit, you can go first.
I know the obvious one you're going to say.
Yep.
But to be a little bit different, I'm going to go Adelaide's kit.
Yeah,
I just
the
think
dark kit.
it's the darker sort of
I
one.
like
The
dark
colours
hues.
work well. But I feel like if you go into a nightclub, it would be like fluoro, like
I can
fluorescent
see
sort
that.
of
Yeah, I
vibes.
can see that.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll
It
see,
is
we'll
really
see
cool.
what the Woolshed Friday night.
Yeah, we'll in an Adelaide.
On the
kit.
ball.
On the ball, there we go. I'm going to go, who was I really like the Sydney one. I know you like the Sydney. It's just clean. A lot of people think it's very plain.
But it's
I'm
also,
not the hugest fan of it too.
I
but
love
it's
it.
also for a good cause. So like they've also come
Oh,
out with
no,
ones.
you have to say
No,
that.
no,
I
you
feel
can-
bad now.
No,
Wow.
you can say you don't like the design. That's fine. But they are doing it for a good cause. It is for Lifeline. So people, if you can go and donate your blood and plasma, that's what the Swans are trying to do it
that's
for,
awesome.
because
Yep.
we are in a shortage around Australia, and one bag of plasma can save 3 lives.
Oh, bang. That's very good.
Got the readout.
Yeah,
Gosh.
there's lots of readouts here. But my other one would be the Eagles one. I know that's
Last year's was better, man.
I just love the big old Eagles logo with the big. It looks a bit like a seagull, but that's okay. I think the colours are really vibrant and they'll just stand out and look awesome.
Freo can't wear their stealth one this year, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
But will it still look good if they lose by 100 points?
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're playing Carlton. Never mind. That
Yeah, the max they lose by is like 20 because Carlton will get up by 100 and not score a goal in the second half.
And quite obviously, the best one's Gold Coast. The pink, the Miami Vice, the Miami
it's
Vice.
so cool.
Make it your home kit. Just
Oh,
wear it
yeah,
every
it's
week.
so much better.
There is no clash with any team in the league. Wear it every week.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
like the sound of that.
It's so cool.
Also, last week's kit clash between Port and St Kilda. Mwah.
Yeah, the old school power kit with the retro
that was very
St Kilda.
Saints one. Yeah.
All right, with that being said, let's go hang out with Jake Riccardi from GWS. All right, ahead of gather round in the big game against St Kilda this weekend, fresh off a pretty cruisy win on Sunday against West Coast. Jake Riccardi joins us. G'day, Jake.
Hey boys, thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate. First question, I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. What does the GWS Giants have to do to play at Adelaide Oval and gather round?
Yeah, I know, mate. It's, at the moment, we've gone Norwood into Mount Barker, back to Norwood. So obviously, they don't want us in the prime time slot.
Yeah, they're not getting the big
Adelaide
teams.
Oval.
Yeah, the best teams aren't playing there. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day that maybe, look, it'd be hard because you got the fixture involved after and before, but a floating fixture for gather round to get potentially line up a few games early. That, I don't know, maybe start of the season you thought us and Hawthorn were going to be 2 really good sides, have us in there, and then bang, all of a sudden we're both undefeated at the time, put us Friday night at Adelaide Oval. But yeah, we'll be out of Norwood. No complaints about that either.
That was good.
Yeah.
No, nice.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm all about like promotion and relegation. Like if you lose at the Adelaide Oval, you bump to Norwood or the Barossa, and if you win,
That'd be good.
you move your way up in the world. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
like North Melbourne, Stats Guys team, lost at Norwood, and they've been bumped to the Barossa.
Oh, we should be bumped fair even further away, but that's another story. Yeah.
But yeah, even a quick fix like, Carlton and West Coast just could easily swap with you and St Kilda. They can go to Norwood. You play at the Adelaide Oval Saturday Arvo.
Yeah, and like I said, because obviously St Kilda are in great form too, so it'd be a great game for people to get along to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so coming off the weekend, that was your first game of the season. Kicked a goal, had 16 touches. It was a good win and just kept the momentum rolling from the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Kingy's big message before the game was need to respond after a loss to Hawthorn, even though it wasn't a bad performance against the Hawks by any means. It was just that, they got the win and they're a really good outfit. So a big win and not necessarily a big win, but just a real solid Giants-like performance against West Coast was what we needed. And I think in the first 20 minutes, you could really see that. The hunt was there. We were playing some really good footy earlier, which really set us up for a big win.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you just in awe of Jesse Hogan, the stutter, obviously 9 goals, 0. And then where were you when he was having his shot for the 10th? Were you ready to jump on him and then he's shanked it? Were you keen to jump around him, get around him for the 10th?
I get sent to the goal line, mate. That's usually my role.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's when the Jesse show's on, you get out the way and you just let him get to work. So
He's
I was
unbelievable.
goal line hoping to get there, but he passed off a few that he probably could have banked it and end up getting him to 10. So he's got to stop doing that. I told him after the game, I'm sick of these 9 bags.
yeah.
It's a tenner.
Yeah, good call.
He's honestly, his hands are just unbelievable. The amount of times you're looking and you're going, if this is anyone else, he's not going to mark it, but you just know that they're safe. So yeah, it's phenomenal what he does.
Yeah, it's awesome. You don't get many big bags anymore, so I'm glad Jesse's holding that mantle there.
I'm pro power forwards, and I'm pro power forwards having a setup every time they kick a goal. Like, how does it feel knowing that even if it is a tight and tense game, which it wasn't on the weekend, but knowing when he's having a set shot, you can likely just write it down in the books that it's going to be a goal?
Oh, it's so great. I know all our backs and midfielders are very grateful with him that, he's a great set shot. But like you said, 9 times out of 10, he's kicking goals. So you just know when the work's done for us to get it to him, he's obviously going to deliver. So it's fantastic.
Awesome.
So moving to St Kilda this weekend, obviously Norwood's, it is a different ground with the straight line, boundary line up on the wings. How do you sort of prepare for what is one of the just most different grounds that you'll play on all year?
Yeah, well, you think it's a weird one because I remember, I think 2 years ago we played against Hawthorn, and we were both at the time, funnily enough, not going great, either of us, but it was a really high pressure game. And I think that's because, like you said, the ground's obviously a lot smaller. It just invites any ground ball or fumble, and all of a sudden you're probably in a chain of some high pressure contests. And I think the way that we play, it probably suits that. We like high pressure games and the live ball stuff. So I think for us, it could suit our game style. But in terms of preparation, you'd think that throughout the week we're starting to plan how we're going to deal with pressure, how to bring it ourselves, and all that type of thing, and just working around the ground. Because like I said, it is a unique oval, a lot smaller than others.
Do you set up like your training ground with like maybe some cones for what the boundary line would be on the wing, so you're not like drifting out a bit wider than you usually would? So at least you're not like full on prepared because you've only played there once, but it's like just intrinsically you sort of have an idea at least. Yeah,
I've always thought that, and I think that's good. We don't do that or haven't done that before. And to be honest, we've only played Norwood the one time, but you could imagine quite easily this weekend it's a decision that Kings makes to go, well, let's replicate something of somewhat. He's always got a couple of things up his sleeve to make us really prepared for the weekend. So that is definitely something you might look at. Because, just such a different setup.
Yeah. Are you hanging around Adelaide at all over the weekend? Every time we're going this year, we went last year, and you just see random AFL players pop up every now and then. Will you be hanging around after the game or?
I think we fly in on Friday.
Okay.
We'll have 2 days around, but like you said, it's funny because you'll go out and you go get a coffee, you'll go get some lunch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Another player here or there. I think that's the best part about it for like fans and all the media and all the players is that yes, it's great to go watch everyone play, but also you could just be hanging around a city and you're going to see different players from different teams, different states. It's just great. So yeah.
I think that's the one thing I noticed last year, and I'll ask you about that, is just like everyone's around. It's just everyone's so happy to be there. Is it that it's kind of relaxing that at least you can sort of hang around and just sort of go about your normal day, and fans are like, oh, there's the players, but they're not they 9 times out of 10 won't bother you. They might say g'day or good luck, but is it nice to have that? I suppose being in Sydney, you are sort of relatively anonymous compared to the NRL players.
Oh yeah, definitely in Sydney. I mean, you just see the difference between guys that when you go to Melbourne and then compared to just being around here, we just walk around like just everyone else, and then the NRL players will go out on a night out or go to breakfast, and these NRL players walk in. It's like Jesus Christ returned from the dead. Like, it's just ridiculous. They love it up here. They love the rugby boys, but yeah, that's that. I think that element of gather around too. It's like, well, because they're all players around the fan, not every fan's going to go sprinting up, getting a photo with everyone. You just kind of acknowledge it, and it becomes normal to see everyone around, which is nice. And it is almost Sydney-like the way they treat you, which is good too. No,
it is. Going back, but even before AFL, we've done a bit of research, but obviously you played at Werribee on your way up. What makes that a perfect pathway to AFL? Because they're just churning through AFL players and getting some absolute guns like yourself, like Shawnee Manor, even Riley Bice on the weekend, Alex's favourite player. So there's a few guys coming out of there.
I'm not too sure what's going on down there with the water and wherever, but just go there and everything gets figured out for you. So if there's anyone that's half a chance of getting picked up and
go there,
maybe miss out when they're 18, 19, just go down there and you'll end up on a list and end up being an opt-out player. Like you said, Riley Bice on the weekend. He was unbelievable, wasn't he?
He was great.
Amazing. But there's been a lot that have gone down there. I think, I was there when Choco Williams was head coach.
Oh, awesome.
So he was great for me, and I think great for a few others. And I feel like he set the standards for Werribee as a club to begin with and really drove that and added his little part. But then for now, I mean, he's been gone for 4 or 5 years now, and you just see the next coach, just come in, and he's just done just as well. And my assistant coach, Nick Daffy, who played at Richmond, I think he's still down there too. He's a great coach, and it's just a good club. I think all the clubmen like Mark Pellerino, he's just a real stalwart down there, and he sets the standard himself for the years to come, and he's seen what it takes now, especially. So I can only imagine it's going to keep getting better and better.
No, good call.
Now for some of the fun stuff. So we're driving across to Adelaide on Wednesday morning. So this show, it goes out on Wednesday. So we are doing the show from the car on Wednesday. Who are the 2 teammates you don't want on a 10-hour road trip with you? And who are the 2 teammates you definitely want to go on that car trip with?
All right, this might take a bit of thinking. I'll go definitely want with me. I'll take,
We could go with who you don't want first, because throwing people under the bus is always funnier.
He's got too many racing around in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the purpose of the drive. Like, do I want someone who's going to be talking a lot, or is that going to be a bit annoying? Things like that. I'll take first pick. Who am I taking? Sorry, boys.
No, you're good. You're good. It was fun.
Because it's like, I look at it like Tom Green could be great, but could also be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll live with Tom. I've had enough of him.
There we go.
Yeah, what I mean, he's not coming with me. That's great. Yeah,
There's one that's not coming with you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get enough of him. He's good. But the thing is with him, we have a lot of discussion/arguments at home, and although they can get not heated, but we can really get into them. I actually kind of enjoy that a bit. It can make time pass and stuff.
True.
So one that I thought about, and I thought, do I take him? Do I not? But we'll make him. He's not part of the trip. I won't be taking Tom. I'll bring Connor Iden. He's always got good energy and a good mate of mine, and we'll have a good chat. And then I just feel like we'll both get the sense when we're talking a bit much, we need a bit of quiet time, we can really bounce off each other in that aspect.
Nice.
I'll bring Brent Daniels as well. He can come. He's another one, good mate. He's pretty good on the punt, so he might get a few tips on the way up there. Put on the horse. Yeah. I don't know if that's stuff. Let us say that. We'll chuck that in.
That's fine. We can say that.
And the opposite, we'll go Toby Green because he's terrible on the punt. So
yeah, rate that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Queen Elizabeth Fields have just come out, so we've got to find a winner there somewhere.
Exactly,
like it's honestly that. And then because we'll be doing this as well, road trip treat. Like what food, what snack are you going after? Are you going after a bunch of chips, lollies, or are you going after like a vanilla slice?
Oh.
I think I'm not a massive I like lollies, but I could live without them. Whereas a nice treat like a good vanilla slice or a brownie or something like that.
Top of a bakery.
Done that way, and if there's a Macca's on the way through, I'd be popping through it all day.
Lovely. Yeah, I wanted to ask this because I can't have this interview without asking about it.
Yes.
Were you at the training when Isho Speed was there? Obviously, Speed.
Look, I wasn't. I missed out. I was in Melbourne actually because that time of year we weren't actually back at the club yet.
That's right. Yeah.
It was about 10 days before we had to be back. So I was still in Melbourne.
Yep.
And this message got sent out a week beforehand saying, boys, Speed's coming.
Oh,
get down. And I was like, I had a few things on that weekend. I just couldn't get up to Sydney, so I missed out. But I watched the whole Zoom and I got the report afterwards. Yeah, apparently the boy said it was,
It looked,
he's one of the biggest names in the world at the moment.
Oh,
so to have
the fact that he just popped in, yeah.
And he's racing Darcy Jones and Callum Brown.
Yeah,
I saw him driving a tank in China yesterday.
Yeah, he's crazy. What was your opinion on the Darcy Jones race? Actually, do you reckon Darcy beat him?
Jonesy definitely won.
Oh, there we go.
100% won.
Yeah, I think he was a bit more shocked because he's done that before. He's raced a lot of guys and beaten them.
Yeah.
The only guy he hadn't beat was maybe Noel Lyles, the 100-meter sprinter. So then when he got rolled by this Australian guy on a random Friday, you probably think, who is this bloke?
Yeah, this little guy. Yeah.
Yeah. The kid with the lid.
Should have put the lid on. Like,
the lid on.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Darcy Jones is faster than Noel Lyles. That's what we're saying.
So Darcy Jones should race Gout is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a crosser.
He'd have to put Winburn on. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's awesome. That's so good.
I think that's a perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
He'll put Winburn on Gout. Guys, big thanks to Jake Riccardi. Good luck this weekend against St Kilda.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Tonight's game's going to be epic.
Missed by one on the AFL? With Tab, you can stay in the game. Miss by one on any disposals leg, and Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Tab, we're on.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
All right, welcome back to AFL Today. How good was Jake Riccardi? He understood it.
Great vibes, great hair. We had a good hang. St. Bernard's legend as well.
You two were holding each other's hands.
We're vibing with
That was
the show. We kicked the guy up to the silent limit in that one, so happy days.
Yeah. All right, midweek winner and loser of the week. Let's just start off with the winners. everyone's going to Adelaide.
Oh, us fans love it.
We're winners.
We are winners, but it's also, you think about like we went last year, and I came back saying to everyone, I was like, everyone needs to go together, and if you're a footy fan, because everyone converges on Adelaide. Everything's so close together, and even if your team loses, everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah,
your team got thumped.
Yeah, I walked into a pub after our game, and there's people singing the North song because I was like the rare North fan that walked in. You walk into a restaurant, a bar, a club, and you see players everywhere. You can get photos. You can so many activations. It's just it's awesome.
I bumped into Tom Stewart and a DeConing at a cafe. They are very tall.
Yeah,
a lot of hair.
If you're out in Adelaide, you'll see Tyson Stengel. He loved the sesh. So
Yeah.
see him out there. I saw him last year. So say hi to him.
I saw a few of the Swans boys enjoying a nice wine because they won their game last year and they were on the bye after that. So they got to enjoy them.
Head down to the Barossa. We're going to try and get down to the Barossa.
You are going to the Barossa.
But like,
We're
it's
going
into
both
the
ways.
wineries. We'll see.
You're meant to.
Yeah.
It's part of your assignment this week.
Oh, my son. I'm not at school.
Also,
Count me in.
the winners in Adelaide, the pubs, the clubs, the cafes, the bars, the restaurants.
They'll be ranking.
Tourism Adelaide.
They'll be ranking.
Adelaide hospitality is the clear winner.
Yeah, they'll be making a lot of money, and it's actually really good. The vibes in the pubs are just awesome.
If you want
the food's really good.
a good steak, go to Hunters.
And the Hunters and the 24-hour bakery that I only just learnt about very recently.
Yeah, it's
How
very
did you
good.
not know about that?
I don't know. I should have
I knew
got
about
that.
that.
I'm keen on like a pastry at 1 a.m.
After a night out, yeah.
The last thing I want is a pastry. Get me a suva.
Oh yeah, super.
I don't know if the bakery will sell those.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to find the 24-hour kebab joint. It's going to be
Yum.
fine. Also, best coffee in Adelaide, Elementary.
Oh, there we go. The
Yeah.
Foodie
Oh,
is
man,
coming
I
out.
got a spreadsheet. I got a
So
spreadsheet.
24/7 or 24/7 KFC on Hindley Street as well.
Oh,
I think
jeez.
Zambies
gonna-
is open on 1 a.m. too.
I'm going to be rolling onto the plane when we get
This is
back.
going to be great. Got to do the losers as well.
Of course.
Firstly, Jack Higgins. Like, not in our eyes. I don't think he's a winner, but, because he's got to hang out in Adelaide, apparently.
He's got to hang out in Adelaide, play his video games.
He's living every 15-year-old boy's dream. He's playing Call of Duty all week.
I know. He's having a good time. He pretty much is a 15-year-old
He's
kid.
a child trapped in a man's body.
He is. His heart's
He is.
been 1 million minutes per second or something like that, he said. Obviously, he said he's not that keen on staying around in Adelaide, but oh well, he gets to play
Adelaide's
footy.
lovely. I love
And he's
Adelaide.
loving it at the Saints.
Yeah.
I love his
But
vibes.
it's very funny that we're like, oh, we want players to show more personality, and the media's like, no, we don't want that personality.
I love his personality. He
Please.
just says whatever comes to his head. He's got no filter, and he's never saying it with like malice.
Yeah.
He just said it just to
Have a laugh.
Everyone's just being a bunch of wet wipes.
Yeah.
They just need to calm
Exactly.
down.
Oh, what, the AFL media being wet wiped? Please. Collingwood, Lockie Shores, Jordan DeGoey, they're the losers this week. Not for whatever they've done, but they're injured.
Just sad.
Yes.
Sad
Yes.
for Collingwood fans.
That's sad for me.
Shooter Schultz has literally been. He was their best player last week. Got best on ground.
Yep.
Didn't he?
Won the medal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Won the medal, and he was taking contested marks in the wet. He was awesome.
He was finally
Yeah,
making
very
that
good.
trade look like a good deal.
I know. Yeah, he's been really good. DeGoey, I'm not saying that's a massive out because he hasn't been in. He's been
Yeah,
so in
but
and out
when
of the side.
DeGoey's on, good luck
Yeah.
stopping him.
But so that probably just takes away about 3 goals. So players like Bobby Hill,
True.
smaller ones,
But
Brent
also,
McCreary,
Dan
even have to
Houston
stand
not
up.
playing either.
Bobby Hill needs to step up a bit. He should be getting at least 2 goals a game, Bobby. But
He was very good in the preseason.
Yeah.
A little bit underwhelming so far to start the campaign.
So I reckon
to
he
his
might-
standards.
yeah, to his standards.
Will Day. So this one's more for Hawthorn fans because they're just crying into their cereal this morning.
I've heard a
Will
lot.
Day out 4 months. He's got a stress fracture. He's having surgery. The old navicular bone.
The old, I've never heard of that one. But
Stress
it's,
fracture in the foot.
I know.
It's bad, yeah.
That's
but in the
bad.
navicular.
Simple terms.
4 months, but yeah, he's literally their most important player. I don't think it'll affect them
It
too much
half
because
cooks your season because it's 16 weeks when you think about
That's
it.
a long time.
their
Like,
depth
which is-
is really good. They've got Newcomb, they've got Husway killing in the VFL, they've got Cam McKenzie who's on the
Gonna
up.
step up, yeah.
I think, you were saying even Supercoach a bit of Cam McKenzie. I think he's averaging like 89 or something.
Yeah, a bit more midfield minutes. He's been
Yeah.
in the system long enough now.
Yep.
Could step up, yeah.
He needs to step up.
So they'll be okay, and he'll probably come back. Later. What did they say? Around 15? I think
No idea.
was the one of the updates I saw, but it might even be later. If they can get him back,
10 weeks away.
yeah. If they can get him back in before or for the finals,
Yeah.
possibly.
Just try and get him ready for the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big.
And St Kilda, not that it's really a massive issue because they've been good without him, but Max King's had a setback in his recovery and he's going to be out for a little while longer.
Well, he's got a big contract, doesn't he? Max
Yeah,
King?
why
So
did he
that's
get a contract extension against St Kilda? Why? He was contracted till the end of next year.
Maybe they
He
thought-
didn't need an extension.
Maybe they thought they were signing his brother Ben, who pretty much ate him and is a monster up on the Gold Coast. So maybe they thought they signed him.
Giving him extension after extension is not a good side when you're tall
It's called the
forward.
Jordan Ridley theory.
He keeps getting recurring injuries. Just for tall players, it's more of an issue than for smalls.
It's not ideal. And finally, just a yeah, nah. And we're not going to go too deep into it, but a yeah, nah, because it's in the news. It's very topical.
Yep.
Yeah, nah. Should Noah Bolter be playing football this weekend?
Oh, nah. I think we're all big nahs on this
Big
one.
nah.
I think that footy players get away with things a little bit too much, and no matter what's going on the off field, you got to, I don't know, take some things into account and go, look, it's not a good look for our club. As a fan, you don't really want to barrack for someone like that. Similar thing when I was a North fan, obviously, barracking for Taron Thomas. I didn't want to do that. I don't know, it's a bit awkward, I think.
But we're not condoning it on the field.
Yeah.
And it just, this sort of step just seems like it's pretty easy to condone it off the field.
We as a society do not need that a part of anything in life, and it's something that it's cowardly. And he's pled guilty. He's going to have his day in court, and I don't think he should be playing footy until there's either, whatever the sentence may be it community service, jail time, or whatever. He should not be playing football.
Do or can the outside footy world hate on Richmond for picking him despite him being available for selection?
That's the other thing.
Yes,
if he's available for selection and he's not in jail or anything, you pick your best players and you pick guys that you've signed for. What are they signing for? Like 6 years. So it's an awkward one.
And he served the suspension that was imposed on him by Richmond.
I wouldn't be picking it.
It's just read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
Yeah. Thursday night footy!
And gather round, let's go.
We're going to be there, Stats Guy, of course, tomorrow night, Adelaide and Geelong, 7:40 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 7:10 if you're in Adelaide like we are. All 4 tips got up last week.
Yeah, so we went the unders. We went, was it Collingwood at the line?
Yeah.
And then I had a player multi of Maxi Holmes.
I was so
No, sorry, not Max Holmes. Crisp and Saar, both 20 plus, and perfect. Good tap.
Look at that. Look at us go. So Adelaide, $1.58, Geelong at $2.40. That is the head-to-head market. Of course, Adelaide are going to go in favourites a lot. On this market will probably depend if Isaac Rankin gets named to play.
I think Adelaide will still go in favourites because their forward line is like the main
Maybe
thing.
$1.70, $1.75 if Rankin doesn't play, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd be jumping on, if you think Geelong are going to win, maybe jump on now before the teams possibly, but I think Adelaide will go in favourites. They look a lot better than Geelong.
So that's like what we're seeing later this week. Obviously, you'll talk about it more tomorrow night. But the Friday night game, Sydney and Collingwood.
Collingwood's out.
Sydney were $2.40 at the start of the week. I think they're into about $2.15 now on tab.
I'd be jumping on that, the underdogs.
I may have already had a bet there, Stats Guy.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
of course. What are your bets this week, Stats Guy? Give us some stats.
We'll go the under first of all in the total points. I'm going under 181.5 total points. That's one of the biggest over-unders of the year. Other than that one, Adelaide have the big
That was the
over-unders
same
this year.
over-under last. I'm having a reoccurring nightmare after taking the over in Adelaide's
By
game
3
last
points,
week.
wasn't it?
No, it hit 181.
Oh, so the half a point. That's very unlucky. I'm going the under here at $1.90. That's my best bet in this one. Really strong offenses. I think it's the number 1 and number 4 offense. But I'm really strong on Geelong's defense. They're the 4th best defense, and their forward line isn't going that well. They've got a few out of form players, a few guys only kicking goals later in the game. And yeah, I think Adelaide are going to do really well in this one. And their defense is a bit underrated. You got a few guys down there that are going really well. You can
throw Tom Stewart back there too.
Tom Stewart as well as Geelong.
Connor O'Sullivan.
Yeah, Connor O'Sullivan.
De
So
Koning.
I'm leaning towards the defenses, even though Adelaide's offense is going really strong. I think that Adelaide can get 90 points, but I don't think Geelong can. So I'm going the under 181.5.
And give us a bet.
The bet. Danger looked back to his best last week. He's been playing pretty much 70%.
It was against the Ds.
It was against the Ds, but I don't mind. At the category, they didn't look too good, but Danger lifted them as a team. So Patrick Dangerfield, 2+ goals at $2.30. I think that's really good value. He's had 7 goals in 4 games so far this year. Usually he kicks 8 goals a season, the last 3 of the last 4, but he's playing 70% of his game time forward.
Yep.
And you get 2+. I thought that was really good. He kicked 2 last game and 2 a couple of weeks ago as well. So 2+.
So I usually don't have a bet in this. I just give a vibe or a thought.
This is a big bet.
Let's go. Thriller to make gather around his own. 5 goals on Thursday night for the Thriller against this Geelong defense that can be a little bit leaky. St Kilda put a score on them. Thriller, in the best offense in the competition, will kick 5 goals. You can get $12 with our friends at Tab.
That's the value piece.
He kicked 4 or 5 last week.
5 goals too, yeah.
5 goals 2 last week. Probably could have had a few more. He's going to get a few more looks this week because I think this Geelong team is a little bit weaker than Gold Coast.
Yep.
And you're also playing at home. Big crowd gather around. Everyone on the hill, myself included, going nuts with Thriller. We can do a bit of the Michael Jackson.
My God. I don't know.
I'm going to be doing all that. So
right.
Thriller, $12 to kick 5 on a Thursday night.
Ooh.
You know what? We'll take a quick break, get Marcus back in, get his tips and margin for Thursday night.
Perfect.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.
Righto. We've done the Thursday night preview stats guy. We've welcomed Marcus back in. Hold on. There you are.
What the hell? Where did it come from? He's jumped out of the car.
The expletive came out of nowhere.
We're getting kidnapped.
He was riding on a kangaroo as we drove past.
All right. Tips and margin for Thursday night, Adelaide and Geelong, Marcus.
I just think Adelaide in their kit. First
Pure
night,
kit.
Thursday night, first night to gather around. Under the lights, Adelaide Oval, which the atmosphere is going to be great, and I just think they ride that wave and they win by 4 goals.
4 goals.
Stats man.
Yeah, I don't mind that. The Crom, I'm going the Crom by about 10 points. I think it's going to be really close. Geelong have the 4th best defense in the comp. I forgot to mention that before.
You also forgot to mention Jack Henry's not playing.
Jack Henry's not playing, but they still
Big
got a
part
really
of
good
the
defense. You got Connor O'Sullivan. He's been absolutely tearing up down there. But Adelaide, their forward line is obviously really strong. I think they can score 90+ points, but I don't think Geelong have it in them. Jez is a bit out of form. He's been playing in the back pocket. Stengel can only score junk time goals. So he's a bit
that's a bit rich coming from someone who supports Nick Larkey last week.
True.
Super I'm not even going to go there. Don't worry.
Right.
I don't want to go there. Adelaide by 10 points.
Adelaide by 6 goals. The forward
goals.
line power is there. The midfield is there, even without Rankin. Just Fog and Thriller just strutting ass
The
into
tools.
gather around. Let's
That'll
go.
be
If
bloody
the tools get let loose, it's going to be
It's
a long day.
Even
long
Texas
night.
turned back the clock.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that'll do us for AFL Today. Today, this has been the Midweek Madness. You two plus Leo will be back on Thursday night to do the preview show from the Adelaide Advertiser studio, so that'll be available for everyone to watch and listen first thing Friday morning.
Correct.
Yeah.
It'll be really good. Yeah, you
Should be
get
fun.
2 shows or a couple of shows.
I know a couple of shows.
Oh,
really.
3 shows. Sorry. Yeah,
Promotion.
Promotion. And you get paid for this? Sure.
No, you get to come on the weekend with us.
Yeah,
The
true.
Thursday and Sunday will be fun. New sort of environment, new studio.
Yeah, it'll be very good.
It'll
On the couch.
look a little bit different. We're on the couch. Hopefully, all 3 of us are winners. I don't hold much confidence for all of our teams winning.
No.
I
No.
think all of our teams are underdogs at the moment, actually.
We're favourites.
What?
Promise.
No.
Against Melbourne.
They're going to beat Melbourne, surely.
Oh, I don't know.
$1.80.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
okay.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's show, make sure you get around us on YouTube. Hit that notifications bell. Make sure you do like and subscribe. That's anytime we do a video, it pops up in your notifications feed. X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. AFL Today AU, except for Facebook, which is Aussie Rules Today. But keep your eyes peeled for Instagram and TikTok because we're going to be doing daily vlogs and a lot of stuff on the socials, on your stories, and a lot of posting throughout as well. Make sure you subscribe and start all of our shows. Cricket Today, AFLW Today, Hold All Tickets, which is the Guru and Lammy this week, taking you through Queen Elizabeth Day. The World Pool preview will be done by me on Thursday morning at the Adelaide Advertiser Studios. But your normal Hold All Tickets will be done by Lammy and the Guru. True Bloods for your Sydney Swans fans. I am in the South Melbourne jumper right now. And of course, Honest Beers with Leggy and Wally. They're going to be running around during Gather Round all weekend too. Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, that's good.
Welcome to the
And Alex and Gerald for actually driving.
Gerald's just getting the
I
fun
was going to say thanks to producer Gerald for driving and producing. What he's doing technically could be illegal.
No.
It's not. He's actually sitting in this. We actually do have someone driving. Gerald is in the passenger seat.
Gerald is
producing.
two people.
Yeah, he is. Honestly, we would be nowhere without him. And of course, thank you to our sponsors, Tab and AFL's Missed by One promotion. If your disposals leg misses by 1, Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Download the Tab app today. What are you really gambling with? These 2 chuckleheads will catch you tomorrow night for the Thursday night team show. We'll catch you then on AFL Today.
Tonight's game's going to be epic.
Missed by 1 on the AFL? With Tab, you can stay in the game. Miss by 1 on any disposals leg, and Tab will still pay you out as a winner. Tab, we're on.
Imagine what you could be buying instead.